All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to this meeting of the Temple City Council for February 16th, 2023. It's 5 p.m. Please rise as Pastor Paul Meredith leads us in the invocation, followed by our pledge, which will be led by City Secretary Jan Llewellyn.
Heavenly Father, we are thankful for your grace and ask for your blessing upon this meeting. Please pour out your wisdom and peace upon all who serve in our community. Thank you for the work of our city leaders and every civil servant. And please help us all as citizens to love and respect each other. We ask that you will grant comfort to those in need, whether that be physical illness, social distress, or anxieties of the heart. Please help and heal all those who hurt. And Lord, we celebrate recovery. May we submit ourselves to your sovereign will and continually seek your guidance. In Jesus' name, amen.
Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you both very much. We'll move on to the first item of tonight's agenda, which is to consider adopting a resolution accepting the resignation of District 4 Councilmember Wendell Williams. This is not something, obviously, that any of us have looked forward to, Wendell, and you know that. So you have a gathering of friends, and I can't look at it. Real quickly, let me always do this. Sorry. Let me tell you guys a little bit about Wendell Williams. Wendell was president of People's National Bank from 88 to 96, president of Compass Bank from 96 to 2000, chairman of Central National Bank from 2000 to 2018. I didn't really get a chance to meet Wendell till 4 or 5 years ago. And so I called him yesterday just to ask him to send me over, sort of a list of the things that you've done. I thought about trying to go to each organization. I knew I'd miss one or two. So I just went to Wendell, the guy who's always organized, and asked him for his list. It's impressive. So his current list of board appointments and volunteerism, chairman of the Temple Health and Bioscience Economic Development District, board of directors for Ralph Wilson Youth Club, member of the Governor's Bioscience Cluster Workforce Task Force, currently a Temple City Councilman, past chairman of the Temple Economic Development Corporation, past president, Temple Chamber of Commerce, past chairman, City of Temple Reinvestment Zone, past president, Temple JCs, past president, Temple Business League, past chairman, Leadership Temple, past president, Ralph Wilson Youth Club, treasurer for the Wholesale Beer Distributors of Texas, chairman of the United Way, and just a couple of awards: Outstanding Young Man of Temple in 1974. I was a child. I really was a child. I was 8. Johnson Jaguars.
Rub it in.
That's right. And Outstanding Citizen of Temple in 1987. So you have a long history of servanthood. We're better for you.
Thank you very much.
So I personally want to thank you for your leadership and mentorship to me. I want to thank you for the same for this council in the past 4 years. Your wisdom and strategic vision has helped guide us. As a group, we've taken some heat over some of the stuff that you guided us to. But
Can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen.
well, what I always think about when I think about you is I'd never heard the term before, but you always say you have to break a few eggs to make an omelet, right? And we've broken a few eggs, so we appreciate that. All of that's just part of moving us forward. That's all it is, and that's okay. So, whoever sits in the seat next will not fill your shoes. We're not going to expect that of that person because that person can't. So, said you've made us better, and I thank you.
Thank you very much. Can you read it?
Council, is there anything that anybody here would like to say?
I would.
If you would.
The minister this evening said, filling us with, I'm not quoting this correctly, but something about wisdom coming forward. Wendell, your wisdom always came forward. Your gentlemanliness, you're such a gentleman. You're so kind, and thank you. You will be missed. You are missed.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely will be missed. You've been a mentor to me, my fellow Wildcat and my fellow Longhorn. I thank you.
Wendell, known you a long time. We go back a little bit further than those people over there.
Almost to 74.
That's
yeah.
right. But I've always seen you so involved and so caring for our community, and to be able to sit with you these last couple of years has been a lot. But more importantly, I think what you're leaving us is a legacy and a friendship that is so dear to me personally, and I'm sure to many people. That's why they're all here, because you are the epitome of what a friend can be and a caring person. And we're thankful for you. We thank God for you.
Thank you.
And besides, I'm going to be calling you anyway. So,
Yes, absolutely right. I'd be hurt if you don't.
oh, well,
Go ahead, Mr. Mayor.
Well, I was going to say, I think that staff has maybe some words and gifts for you. If we can go ahead and do that now.
Wendell, thank you so much for your leadership. I, like Mayor, really got to know you more and more over the last 4.5 years that you've been on the city council. But as I reflected on tonight and what I wanted to say, I recognize that your legacy is so much bigger than that. And in true Wendell fashion, the list that you provided left some important things out. And I just want to highlight a couple of things that, and this is actually, these gifts are from your council appointee team. So in just reflecting on a lifetime of leadership that you've had and the importance that you've had to the city of Temple, I have an ordinance here, and it's ordinance 1457, and it's from the year 1982. And in this year, you were instrumental. You were a founding board member of the Temple Reinvestment Zone, a organization that, if you know anything about Temple, you know how important that has been to the success of our community, how many millions of dollars of improvements have been invested because of that decision and because of that very strategic and wise path that you set the community on so many years ago. Countless jobs created, billions of dollars of capital investment because of the work that the reinvestment zone has done, and something that could not be recreated today. And I see your name here, Wendell Williams, a founding board member, 1982. And so this is just a little representation of that.
Thank you very much.
That is far from all. Then I look here, just a few short years later in 1988, and I see your name again. And it is on the Articles of Incorporation for the Temple Economic Development Corporation. Again, an organization that has set our community up for such great success. And your name is among just a few of those leaders who had the vision and began such an important organization all those years ago that have led to just over the last 2 years, not even counting back from 88 billions of dollars in investment in our community and thousands upon thousands of well-paying jobs that will bring our families that live here a better life. And so thank you for that.
Thank you.
And then I see another name that looks very familiar, Wendell Williams, here on a resolution from 2003, where you also were a founding board member of the Temple Health and Bioscience District, a really unique and forward thinking organization that today is still very successful in helping us set up our community in the life and bioscience industries, and to support some of our most critical employers and industry in our medical and education surrounding our health. So again, 2003, I see you among the list of names of founding here in this organization. And then just not even 2 years ago, this is one that's really special to me because this is a newer organization, but it's one that I think that we're going to see 20, 30, 40 years from now making the same kind of impact that the reinvestment zone and the EDC and the Bioscience District are making today, and that's the Temple Revitalization Corporation. And I am really proud to be a name next to yours on this document as an incorporator of this important organization. I'll always treasure that and appreciate your leadership. For this organization was formed, the Articles of Incorporation say, for aiding and assisting on the behalf of the city to promote the common good and general welfare of the city, including the redevelopment and development and revitalization of our neighborhoods, which has always been something that you've been such a strong leader in. And the programs that we have today, I think, are just going to serve our community so well in the future. So Temple Revitalization Corporation.
Thank you, Jay.
Think that those four things are just a few representations of the vast legacy that you have on this community and the life of service that you've dedicated to us. I remember before you were on council, actually, I was meeting with you, seeking your advice on a presentation that was important to me. And I had pulled some pictures up, and you pointed out, I don't know if you remember this, but you pointed out, hey, that's my truck or car. I was like, really? And it was really that moment that I realized how extensive your influence had been on the community and will continue to be for many years. You have a room full of staff here that is had the great pleasure of serving with under you and for you and with you over these last few years. And there's several that would like to make quick presentations, if I may. Natalie, would you come up on behalf of the library? Please, thank you.
Should have brought a wagon.
I did not realize I was going to have to speak. So on behalf of the staff of the library, I wanted to say thank you so much for supporting what we do. And thank you for challenging me in the meetings that we've had to not just provide you with the qualitative data about what it is that the library does, but the quantitative impact that we make. And that's pushed us to do better in our record keeping and keeping those numbers. And I just appreciate everything you've done for us and the support that you've provided myself, the library, our team, and in effect, the community as a result. So thank you so much for your service. And it has been an absolute pleasure working for you.
Natalie, it's been a pleasure working with you. Just keep up the good work.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right there.
Then
Thank you
Nancy.
very much. Thank you. I should have brought a bigger wagon.
So Wendell, we realized through Bryn's letting us know that the Love Where You Live initiative was actually your brainchild. Talk about an amazing contribution to this community that, again, is going to be something that we look back on decades from now and just see the benefits of it that are just, I think, going to be so long lasting. And we're just so appreciative of your creativity and your leadership in that. Do y'all want to say anything else about Love Where You Live?
Wendell, it has just been so amazing working with you the past 2 years. The Love Where You Live initiative, I mean, Nancy spoke very highly of it. And we're getting ready to see a lot of the planning efforts come into play very soon with the Places and Spaces CIP program, and just very thankful for your support for that and the impact it will have on the community. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Also, thank you. I will have to be completely honest. When I first came to my initial council meeting, I was 100% intimidated by you.
I have that impact on people.
I thought, oh man, but really what it was just overwhelmed by like everybody here has said, just the amount of dedication you have and knowledge and commitment to the community. So, I mean, it really wasn't intimidation. I was just really overwhelmed, and I appreciate everything you've done for the community. I haven't been here that long, but it's been extremely obvious, and I'm appreciative because I live here too. So we are so blessed to have our Love Where You Live program. It's been exciting building our team and really just expanding into all these other programs. And we're just really excited to carry that on. And so glad that you planted that seed for us. Thank you.
Y'all are doing a great job. Just keep it up.
Otherwise, it's gonna be able to see.
Which might be good.
I don't see Don. Is Don here? Oh, there he is.
Ken is going to bring Wendell's gift from Public Works up there. On behalf of Public Works, I would like to say we're still intimidated by you, but in a good way. We've really been impressed by your curiosity, your concern, and really the clarity with which you come to an understanding on whatever the topic of discussion is, which often involves us, but whatever it is, you really strive to understand it thoroughly. And then you take it forward in kind of just the way, I won't say eloquence, that's kind of a snooty word, but just the way you're able to express your understanding of what we're talking about. I think it really helps the other people around the table understand it even better and is really additive to the discussion. Did you cut them yet? Huh? Okay. So we brought you a deck of cards. I know that after you step down, you're going to take a lot of delight in harassing us about just city services. If I were you, I'd do the same thing. I would call us every day, even before your trash gets picked up, just to make sure we don't miss it. So what we've given you is a tool that we thought would be a fun way to inform folks just on whomever you should contact about whatever it is in Public Works you might need help with. So if you'll cut that deck and just look at the card, feel free to throw the third joker away. I got added at the last minute.
Oh, that's classic.
So you will see a name and a face along with the title and a way to get a hold of them. And then a brief description of their duty of responsibility with the city.
Wish you'd given me this 4 years ago.
So I wish I would have too. So feel free to contact that person directly and give them an earful. And of course, you're also always welcome to call me directly and we'll take care of it for you.
Thanks, Don.
We appreciate you and we're going to miss you. We don't have to miss you. Come around anytime.
You know, one of the things I found out early on, there's a lot of people that make this city work. Those guys have a lot to do with your interaction with the city. And they do wonderful work. And I appreciate it and I thank you. And I will be in touch.
Thank you, sir.
Brian.
Even if he's wrong.
Wendell, on the behalf of Planning and Development, we have it's a plaque. This is a wood version of the new historic landmark design for Mr. Temple, who you truly are. And of course, this has the train element of Temple, which we wouldn't be here without the train, probably wouldn't be here without you either. Wildflowers, we got the MKT depot. And either way, I think the symbols here certainly represent all that you have accomplished and really we just appreciate you. We've signed it. On the back, it just says, thank you for your leadership. And really, I don't think there's anything else we need to say. You've been a fantastic council member to work for. My third city, hopefully my last. And you are one of the best council members that I've ever worked with in any of these three cities. You do your homework. You are respectful to staff, even though sometimes our ideas have not been great. But you've asked the right questions to make them better so that when we get to you, there's been a lot of vetting and you handled it with complete class. So you are first class and an inspiration for all of us.
Don, thank you. And thank you to the staff. Y'all do wonderful work. And those are very kind words.
Casey.
So Wendell, this is a kudos point. And employees are awarded kudos points for exceptional work. And so on behalf of the Performance Excellence Department, I would like to present this to you for your exceptional service to our city and for your support of our work and for the Performance Excellence Department.
Thank you so very much.
Redeem that for.
Okay. Chief Reynolds.
So when I got here a little over 2.5 years ago, you were one of the first people to reach out to me. You didn't have to. I did appreciate the free lunch. And we did it a couple of different times. Your accolades are beyond compare. You're a Temple OG. You're a Temple original. And I'm going to talk a little bit about your professional accolades. But most importantly, you're a good man. You're a good person. And you got this. You got this. So in one of the Zoom meetings recently, I noticed a rather large bookcase behind you. So we have a book for you. It'll look really, really nice up there. It's all engraved hickory. And if you'll allow me to read it, it'll hit some of the high points that we've already discussed. But there's some other perspectives I want folks to hear. From May 4th, 2019 until February 16th, 2023, Councilmember Wendell Williams, District 4, filled a variety of roles and served the Temple community as chair of the Temple of Leadership Temple, the City of Temple Reinvestment Zone, Temple Economic Development Corporation, the Temple Health and Bioscience District, as well as, I believe, a 40-year board member of the Ralph Wilson Youth Club and chair of the Moment in Time Capital Campaign. You're a Temple native and graduated from Temple High School before graduating from the University of Texas at Austin. You've been awarded the Outstanding Achievement for Youth in both 2016 and 2018, an Outstanding Citizen of Temple Award, and received a city proclamation for your work in the Temple Health and Bioscience District. Most recently, you were assigned as the council liaison for the Citizens Police Advisory Commission. Wendell Williams was a model and is a model of integrity, honor, and dedication during his career. You were loyal to your fellow council members, friends, colleagues, citizens, and the Temple Police Department. Wendell Williams has impacted countless lives over the course of his career, enhancing the police department and the community. His passion and concern for policing at the highest level were eternally present, and he was a dedicated supporter of the police department. Wendell Williams is well respected for his outstanding career and commitment to the city of Temple and the Temple Police Department. We of the Temple Police Department are proud to have been able to serve with you. This is really for Councilmember Wendell Williams for his many years of dedication, commitment, and service to the city of Temple and the Temple Police Department. We also wanted to recognize none of us are successful on our own. So we have some flowers here for Carolyn as well that we'd like to give her. Thank you for sharing him with us. And I'm just a phone call away.
So yesterday evening, I got a telephone call from the chief. He said, if you're not doing anything, I'd like to come by and visit. So he came and spent about 30 minutes with Carolyn and I. It was a great 30-minute visit with a fine man who's doing a good job for the city of Temple and who's leading a good police department. And I am tickled and proud of this and your comments. And I wish you and your department nothing but the best. And I know under your leadership, that's what we'll get. Thank you, Chief. Thank you, officers. Keep up the good work.
Randalls.
So I got to admit that I also was somewhat intimidated when you first got on council because I think our first interaction was you called me complaining about the quarry. So I thought, and it may have, I can't remember if it's you or your wife or maybe both of you that had done that. But anyway, I was a little scared, but you've been great to work with, and we're just so appreciative of everything you've done for us in the fire department. And so I've got just a brief letter, if I can read that to you. The officers and fire personnel, Temple Fire Rescue would like to congratulate you and recognize you on your service to the city of Temple as a Zone 4 council person and as the council liaison for both the Emergency Services Advisory Board and the Civil Service Commission. We'd like to thank you for your continuous and unwavering support of our department, our personnel, and our department's programs. With this in mind, it is my great honor as the Fire Chief of Temple Fire Rescue to recognize you for your accomplishments and appoint you to the honorary rank of Assistant Fire Chief and award you an honorary Chief's Fire Helmet. So congratulations.
Thank you very much. I was just told I can't drive a truck. Is that true?
If we get the driving pad done, you can come drive the truck.
When?
Yes, you got to wear that to the rest of the meeting.
I'll mess my hair up. Thank you, Chief. Appreciate it. Thank
Kevin?
you, Chief, and the fire department. They're just a wonderful job.
Kevin?
Before I let Chuck bring what we have for you from our department, when you sit up here on this council, you're asked a lot of questions from your citizens, the ones that put you here, and then you do give a lot of feedback to us. And I want to tell a story. I don't know if you're going to remember this, Wendell. So how can you know the most? You got to get out there. So you scheduled a tour. Can you take me around to the park system? And I thought I was teaching you something that day that maybe you didn't know. But the thing that Wendell taught me, if you remember, this was maybe 2019, somewhere around there. And we were driving around, and they had just finished most of the TxDOT reconstruction. And we were over in the industrial area by E.R. Carpenter, and we were going to go south. And I was about to get up on the interstate, because if you remember a long time ago, if you go underneath, you're going to have to do a loop. And he said, "What are you doing, Kevin?" And I said, "Well, we got to get back up." He said, "Kevin, we did not spend $1 gajillion to have to stop at the railroad track. I want you to take this road, and I'm going to show you something, son." And we did, and I learned something that day that it does go over the railroad tracks.
I remember that.
And that was a great time. I really did enjoy our tour that day, and appreciate all your leadership. And there is, we do a lot of special events, and there's one that's favorite to me, probably to a lot of the citizens, and it's our annual Christmas parade. And so what we thought we would give you is the magnetic signs that have been on your car every year that you can take with you. And so thank you again.
Very much.
And I can go put it on your car right now if you like.
Well, the problem is I'm in Carolyn's car. Might not work.
Judge Person.
Hard to know what to say, and intimidated is probably a good one to start with, because I remember finding out that I would give you your oath of office. And I told my mom and my dad, and they said, wow, that's a good man. So you're always nervous when you are the judge in the community, and you have a new council member in, and you hope that you will earn their respect. But the main thing is, you want to respect that person, and it was effortless with you. So we are grateful for you, but I'm going to do something a little less heavy. And we do have a little bit of swag for you, but I do have something to read. And, for the council, it's always an ordinance or a commendation, but I have a cause number for you. This is cause number MVP 2023-0216, the state of Texas versus Williams, Wendell. This is a summons. Greetings. You are hereby commanded to appear before the municipal court in the city of Temple, Texas. Location, Temple Municipal Court Building. Time, anytime. Offense charged, supporting the Temple Municipal Court and the citizens of our community. You are required to appear then and there to answer to these charges listed above, which have been filed against you by unanimous and thankfulness and gratitude. Herein fail not but make your appearance before this court as herein directed. Failure to appear as directed may result in absolutely nothing. You are summoned to court, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for supporting the team court.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's the best summons I've ever gotten. And I have gotten some, not from your court.
So Wendell, I hope you can see how much you're loved by your staff team and how much we have had the great honor of serving for you, and how much we'll miss you. And I would also like to tell Carolyn, thank you for sharing him with us and for sacrificing to allow him to be one of our great leaders. Thank you.
I ate lunch with a longtime Templeite today, and I told him that we were doing this, and of course we're Wildcats, right? Everyone loves the Wildcat football team, and he said immediately, he said, "Do you know who the two slowest quarterbacks were for the Temple Wildcats?" He said one of them was Wendell's son, Richard. He said he was the second slowest one, and he said, and Wendell Williams was the slowest quarterback we ever had. A few years ago, we were somewhere and I mentioned that Wendell was the first, that you scored the first touchdown, right, at Wildcat Stadium. And I was impressed by that. And then in true Wendell fashion, he leaned over and said, and I also threw the first interception at Wildcat Stadium. So,
hey, you take the good with the bad.
That's right. That's right. And that's what we do with Wendell Williams, by the way.
That's right.
So, very good. So, I mean, we've, lots of kudos tonight, but it's come from staff and it's come from council. If there's anyone in the room that would like to take a minute and step to the podium and have anything that you would like to share, Milton, you're first. Just feel free to do that. And, got a big crowd. Let's kind of keep it short. We actually do have an agenda that, we have actual business to do tonight, but if you'd like to say something, please feel free. In fact, it might be better to, in the interest of time, if you would like to say something, if you'd like to kind of, line up there by the podium, that would be appropriate. If you'd like.
Every person in the city of Temple owes a debt of gratitude to Wendell Williams. 23 years ago, the state legislature passed an amendment that gave the people 65 and over and there were some that did not approve this right away. But I went to Wendell Williams and he approved giving the people 65 and over a freeze on their taxes. I don't know if you remember me coming into your bank and then you became with the science district and went to the science district. And they said, yes, we will give the tax abatement or tax freeze. And then he contacted me and he says, they cannot give a tax freeze. You remember that?
Yes, sir.
So what he did, he gave or he reduced the evaluation on our homes and properties. Wendell Williams I'll guarantee you it's for the little man. It is unbelievable how much this has saved those who are 65 and over with the tax freeze and those. We appreciate it. I think of you every time I pass by that bank over there in Morelandwood. Thank you.
Thank you,
You
sir.
have been a great help to those. And every year that gets more and more and more. And there's only one person here that remembers this, Tracy. Oh, that was some hard times. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Walter. You're welcome. Appreciate you, sir.
You're a great man.
Thank
You
you.
have helped us.
Thank you. That's very kind.
Hi, Wendell.
Hey,
I remember you.
For those of you that don't know me, my name is Gloria Elder. I just left the city after almost 15 years, exiting as Bryn's chief of staff, but I've known Wendell for a long time. Came to the city in 2008 and I worked under city manager David Blackburn at that time. And I was David's runner. Wherever he needed something to go, I took it. And I met Wendell at the bank. And from that moment on, I was just awestruck by you. You've always been so kind, so pleasant, so happy. I look up to you, and I always have. But one thing that stands out to me and will always stand out to me is the way you look at your wife. The love you and Carolyn have is just, it's amazing. And it's just beautiful. And I just needed to stand up here and tell you that I see it. I notice it, and I'm sure there are a lot of people in here that do. And I wish you nothing but happiness and Godspeed.
thank you, Gloria. Thank you very much. I got to tell you one thing. In April, Carolyn was diagnosed with breast cancer. And it was a tough time. And that first council meeting where she had been diagnosed, she was here. During the prayer, I looked up and Gloria was hugging Carolyn. And nothing's touched my heart any more than that in a long time, or Carolyn's. That was a true sign of friendship and understanding. And we still appreciate it.
Hello, Wendell. I'm Zoe Grant, president of the Temple NAACP.
Yes, ma'am.
And on behalf of the members who are all over the city and those who are in your district, we thank you for your service to the city of Temple. We thank you for your service to the NAACP and the support that you have given us over the years. I don't have a gift, but I do have a singing telegram for you from all of us, I believe. You are so beautiful to me. You are so beautiful to me. Can't you see? You're everything that we hope for and everything we needed. And you are so beautiful to me.
So beautiful. Thank you.
Hard. You're right. I'm Tyler Johnson, competitor banker with Wendell, which was not a good thing for me. I just want to say thank you for your leadership, your mentorship. I'm the current president of the Business League. And so thank you on behalf of the Business League for your leadership outside of public works, but on the private side of the house. And I just want to say thank you for the time that you invested in me personally, all the conversations that we have or that we've had. And on behalf of the next generation, as you're stepping down from council and somebody like myself that has a heart for service, we are standing on your shoulders, and I appreciate everything that you've done.
Thank you, Tyler. You young man have a challenge, and that's to bring your generation into the leadership of this community like you're doing and carry the community forward.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, Wendell. I live in your district. My name is Elena, and I represent Christians for Central Texas. I haven't had the pleasure of knowing you personally, and I really wish I did. Your wife is beautiful, and you're right about the way they look at each other. It's the first time I've seen them together. Oh my gosh. I haven't had the pleasure of knowing you personally, but the members in Christians for Central Texas, they do know you. And we do talk about our city officials. And I would like to say on the behalf of the Christians in our community, thank you for shamelessly walking in faith and proclaiming the Lord and not staggering. You have been a light, and we just pray that someone fills your seat that has the fear of the Lord as well. Thank you for your service.
Thank you very much.
All right, is there anyone else that'd like to speak? No one? Right.
My turn.
Yes, sir.
First, I want to thank you for allowing me the opportunity to represent District 4 on the Tupelo City Council for nearly 4 years. It's been a singular honor that you have given me, and I shall cherish forever. You gave me the opportunity to serve with an extraordinary team of city leaders, true dedicated public servants. Thank you to Mayor Tim Davis, Council members Jessica Walker, Susan Long, and Judy Morales for your guidance and your love of our community. I've also been afforded the opportunity to work with the most talented city management team in the history of Temple. And I don't say that lightly. I've known a lot of them. City Manager Bryn Myers provides leadership and vision to move the city forward and continues to amaze me with her dedication and her love for our community. Finance Director Tracy Bernard is one of the best financial directors in the state, and we're lucky to have her on our team. City Attorney Kathy Davis has continued to bring direction and focus to the City Attorney's Office and improve the performance of that important department. Jana Llewellyn, our City Secretary, has brought organization and focus to the City Secretary's Office. And Municipal Judge Kathleen Person brings dedication to the role of judge. This leadership team has assembled a superb management and workforce that is reflected in the growth and positive direction of our community. I want to thank each and every one of them for their efforts, for allowing me to be part of the success of our community. As you're aware, I've been fighting health-related issues since September, and now feel it is impossible to be a contributing member of the City Council going forward. It's with a heavy heart that I tender my resignation effective February 16th, 2023, upon acceptance by the Tupelo City Council. Carol and I thank you and the citizens of Temple for allowing me the honor of serving you, and may God bless each of you in our community. Yours truly, Wendell Williams. This is my partner, guys. I did my part.
Very good. Wendell, we thank you. You have run the race well, brother. So, council, if there are no further questions or comments, unfortunately, I'll entertain a motion on item 3.
I changed my mind.
You can make a motion or a second.
No. I wish I could.
With a heavy heart, I will move to approve.
Alex, I second the heavy heart. It's just not, we don't want to do it, Wendell, but we're doing it.
No.
Very good. We have a motion by Councilmember Walker. We have a second by Councilmember Long. Council, please cast your vote. Did you abstain?
I resigned. I couldn't vote.
Item 3 passes 4 votes to 0. Moving on to item 4 is to consider adopting a resolution ordering a special election for District 4 for May 6, 2023. Ms. Llewellyn.
Council, the item you have before you tonight is a resolution ordering a special election for District 4 for May 6, 2023. As you're all aware, on January 19th, the City of Temple ordered a general election for District 2 and District 3. And on February the 9th, I received a letter of resignation from District 4 Councilmember Wendell Williams to be effective upon your acceptance tonight. This proposed election calls for a special election to be held in conjunction with the city's general election on Saturday, May 6, 2023. The following period will begin tomorrow, February 17th, and end on March the 6th at 5 p.m. And the candidate packets and applications are on the city's website. And with that, I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Ms. Llewellyn. Council, any questions? All right. At this time, I'll entertain a motion, council, on item number 4.
Mayor, I'll make a motion to accept item 4 as presented by Ms. Llewellyn. Second.
We have a motion by Councilmember Long. We have a second by Mayor Pro Tem Morales. Council, please cast your vote. Item 4 passes 4 votes to 0. At this time, we are going to go into a quick recess, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, to allow Mr. Williams to step down if he would like. And if anybody else would like to have anything personally to say to him, we'll hang around here, and let's look to be back about 5 minutes after 6, about 10 minutes. Thank y'all. We are in recess.
Lots of stuff.
A whole lot of stuff.
All right, very good. Let's call this meeting back to order at 6:05. We actually did it. That's great. That is the end of an era in Temple. So those in the audience that were wondering what the heck was going on, thank y'all for enduring that. It wasn't easy. He's a great man. Okay, let's just get rolling again. Let's move on to item number 3, which is the consent agenda. All items that are listed in the consent agenda are considered to be routine by the city council and may simply be enacted with one motion. Council member may remove any item that they would like to for special consideration. Council, we spoke during workshop, and I think that we decided that we weren't going to pull anything for special consideration. But Ms. Myers, you wanted to speak about one item?
Yes, thank you,
Briefly.
Mayor. So item G on the consent agenda is related to your authorization for us to accept a grant from the EPA and the STAG program in the amount of $5 million for capital improvement program related to the Knob Creek and Little Elm Creek basins, some sewer lines. And I just wanted to highlight that this grant is possible because of the hard work and support of Congressman Carter and his team, who helped us secure these funds for this very important program. This will be a significant project towards our ongoing efforts to continue to reduce sanitary sewer overflows in our community. We talked a little bit at the workshop tonight, but just would always love the opportunity to highlight the great work of our public works team. The last calendar year, or last fiscal year, we had 0 weather-related sanitary sewer overflows. And yes. And just for some context, just 5 years ago, when we adopted our first strategic plan, we were routinely seeing 300 or more per year. So that's exceptional progress made by the hard work of our public works team. And that's through major capital projects like this funding will go towards, as well as systematic evaluations of our basins and small projects along the way. And I just wanted to first thank Congressman Carter and his staff, his team for their tremendous support, and also thank our public works team for all the work that y'all have done over the last several years, and highlight the really great progress that we made and just more good stuff to come. Thank you for allowing me those comments.
You bet. Very good. Council, if there's no further comments on item on the consent agenda, I'll entertain a motion for approval.
Mayor, I make a motion to approve as presented.
I'll second it.
Have a motion by Mayor Pro Tem Morales. We have a second by Councilmember Walker. Council, please cast your vote. Item 4 passes, the consent agenda passes 4 votes to 0. Now moving on to the regular agenda is the first reading and a public hearing to consider adopting an ordinance authorizing a plan development amendment request for multifamily dwelling 2 to general retail to allow mini storage warehouses on 2.871 plus or minus acres locally addressed as 2610 South Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Temple, Texas. Mr. Chandler.
All right, good evening, Mayor and Council. And so the applicant, WBW, is represented by Mike Wilson, who, if you have any questions about this project, he's available. And so top right-hand corner of the screen, you can see the 2.871 acres that is subject to this plan development amendment. That is currently part of the duplex or 2F zoning of the overall Pecan Creek plan development. And so the applicant, for a variety of reasons, has requested to rezone just that portion to PD general retail, pulling down 2 different warehouse, mini storage and storage warehouse to accommodate self-storage. potentially, but general retail. So obviously it would allow other retail uses. And so just to also let you know, this is the first in which we've been working closely with legal to, rather than having these site plans come back to city council for something like this, it's a relatively small part of the project, to have some strict parameters so that staff can consider these site plans in the future, and of course could send it back to you all if needed. And so just an update on the plat. Once again, looking at the top right-hand corner, and this is part of the plat. So the 2F portion, all the other lots you see on that plat are single family. And so this is kind of leftover portion that really was not viable for a variety of reasons for single family residential. And so looking at the zoning map, you can see the overall plan development that includes single family 2, multifamily, the 2F that is part of the subject piece of property, and then a ag residential piece of property that is not part of this development. And just looking at traffic impact, as you all will probably recall from some previous presentations, mini storage warehouse has one of the lowest traffic generating uses. And so I'll just summarize that for a project of this size, you'd be looking at around an estimated 99 trips, daily trips, which compared to a average convenience store, which could certainly locate on this piece of property, you're looking at 1,900 daily trips. And so here's the site. And you can see also a transmission line that bisects the property. Sunbelt Solomon transformer is also to the north of the property. And so this would provide a nice buffer between that light industrial use and this residential that is either developed or future development. You have a mortuary to the east, and then to the south, you can see some of the, and west, you can see some of the single family residential, and also as part of that plan development condition, the wall, it's a precast wall, which would be extended for this piece of property as well. And so 77 notices were sent out to property owners within 200 feet. And we've received 4 notices in agreement and 2 in disagreement. And so staff is recommending approval with the following conditions. And so a lot on this slide, but really what I want to focus on are the first 2. And as I mentioned, this would be this kind of a template for future consideration of site plans in which provide parameters related to evaluating access and circulation, parking, landscaping, signs, the full list, so that within those parameters, staff could work with the applicant and only send it to council if there's an issue. So that's what's proposed here. And that these base zoning would apply with the exception of allowing mini storage warehouse and storage warehouse. And then of course, conditions from the original plan development that still apply, including sidewalks and trails, the decorative wall, which we talked about just a second ago. And happy to answer any questions. And once again, Mr. Wilson is here in case you have any questions for the developer.
Thank you, Mr. Chandler. Council, any questions for Mr. Chandler? This item is subject to a public hearing. Anyone wishing to speak on this item may do so. We ask you step to the podium, state your name and address for the record, or raise your hand on the virtual platform. Come on up. you don't mind stating your name,
Yes.
I'm in the habit of saying state your name and address. You don't have to state your address.
Yes, sir. My name is Misty Narvaez and I live on the north side, but I do have several family members on the east side. And they have not been told about this. Will they be notified or how is this taking place? Several of them their homes are paid off. And they're not, most of them of those few are living off of a set income. And this is a home that they worked hard and paid for on the east side in these areas you are talking about. So will they be notified? Or because they haven't been, they have no clue.
Sure.
of-
The
of this.
requirement is that if they live within 200 feet of the
Mhm.
subject property,
Mhm.
they would be notified. So if they're anything further than about 200, than 200 feet away,
Mhm.
they would not be notified.
Okay, they are, I don't know the exact feet as you're stating, but they are very near and they haven't been told.
Okay.
So I will find out the exact.
Yeah, a couple hundred feet.
Okay, all right.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Anyone else from the audience? Anyone on the virtual platform? Nothing? Okay. Very good. Then I will close the public. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, please go ahead. Just before you call for a vote, I wanted to say one thing.
I'll close the public hearing.
Thank you. I just wanted to highlight that the process that Mr. Chandler described relating to bringing back the site plan to city council only if there's something out of the normal was one of the first, I guess, topics or ideas that have come out of our red tape reduction team process. So I wanted to just show, just you all know that we've been working on that through an interdisciplinary team. And this is one example of some of the things that we're already starting to see fruits bared from that work that we're doing.
Good. And I know as council and the community, we very much appreciate the work of that group. Thank you. So I've closed the public hearing. Council, if you don't have any further discussion, then I'll entertain a motion on item number 6.
I'll make a motion to approve item 6 as presented by Mr. Chandler.
I'll second it.
We have a motion by Councilmember Long. We have a second by Councilmember Walker. Council, please cast your vote. Aye. There it is. Item 6 passes 4 votes to 0. Moving on to item 7 is to consider adopting a resolution authorizing a construction contract with Cash Construction Company, Inc. of Pflugerville for the construction of the Williamson Creek Trunk Sewer Improvements Phases 2 and 3 in the estimated amount of $5,363,300.80. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name is Sharon Sessler. I'm the senior project engineer. We have Williamson Creek Trunk Sewer Improvements, phases 2 and 3. These improvements include approximately over 10,000 feet of trunk sewer ranging from 30-inch to 36-inch diameter with new fiberglass reinforced pipe. We had 6 bids open on January 19th. And Cash Construction Company submitted the low bid, which include the base bid and bid alternates in the amount of $5,363,300.80. Clark Associates and staff recommend Cash Construction for award.
I'm going to put you on the spot. How long ago was that OPC generated?
Was generated
Just guessing.
about a month prior to the bid.
Okay. All right. So it's not an old quote that just
No, sir.
gotcha.
We try to keep our OPCs updated pretty routinely. So that not necessarily the original OPC, but as we get close to bid, we try to keep those updated.
Do we go back to the construction company or I guess to the engineer to get them to? update?
Engineer of the, yeah.
You got
the
it.
Project, yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
And just, this is also an example of a capital project that helps with our initiative regarding sanitary sewer overflows. And Sharon and her team have also played a huge role in managing these big capital projects to get that success we talked about earlier today. So thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. Council, any questions on this item?
But I think it just shows the growth that we're having in East Temple and the need to have all these updated. So we're excited about that. So thank you for your work.
Very good. Then if there's no further comment, council, I'll entertain a motion on item 7.
Can I make a motion for approval?
Second it.
We have a motion by Mayor Pro Tem Morales. We have a second by Councilmember Walker. Council, please cast your vote. I vote aye. Item 7 passes 4 votes to 0. All right, now we will move on to public comments. Citizens who desire to address the council on any matter may do so. We ask that you have signed up prior to this meeting. Public comments are limited to 3 minutes. Please understand that no discussion or final action will be taken by the city council. So is it Narvez? Okay. And you spoke on the item earlier. You've also signed up for public comments. Do you have anything else you'd like to say? Okay.
I live on the north side, as I stated earlier, near Bucky's. And I have a problem with the police patrolling. I mean, I don't know who all that's directed at, but when you have a person go in a 7-Eleven and rape someone and walk out and never gets arrested, he turns his own self in. When you have all these robberies going on the north side, all the same area, and you never see police patrolling. When you exercise at Miller's Park and you see elderly men sitting in their car watching the splash pads, doing things they have no business doing, watching these little kids, and you never see police patrolling, there's a problem. I don't even go to Miller's Park no more. I don't feel safe because of the last, 6-7 months, the year that's been going on with all the crime. And I think it's a problem. Excessive force, stuff like that needs to be used on crimes like this. Not with innocent citizens, unarmed, et cetera. And I don't mean to bring that into the situation, but the police force that needs to be used, it's not being used where it needs to be. And you have a 7-Eleven that's 24 hours. You never see, I work nights. I have 2 businesses. I'm coming in and out of my neighborhood, and not once, very, very seldom do I see police patrolling these areas. And I'm talking 3-4 in the morning, I stop at that 7-Eleven. But when you're that bold to go in and assault somebody, rape them, and get to walk right out, and there's nobody patrolling, there's a problem. We're short at all jobs. We're short where I work. But we get paid to do a job, and we have to do it. So that's my concern about the north side. It's shameful. It's sad. And I mean, it's not good to feel unsafe. And that's just my spiel. So I hope it gets better. And that was all I have.
Very good. Thank you, ma'am. Jose Martinez.
Excuse me. Good evening, Jose Martinez. Recently, I think it was the last city council meeting, there was a proclamation on Black History, or rather about Black History Month. Yet what Martin Luther King died for, which was for diversity, equity, and inclusion, surreptitiously basically eliminated. And that is to say, the commission on DEI. The commission was publicly instituted, yet it was silently eliminated without any discussion. And it can't be said, or rather you can't say that you're going to do, as someone, I think some have said, the work of the commission internally. That's what someone said a couple of months ago or some time ago. And actually, as far as that is concerned, it's really not complicated. All you have to do is look at your cells, basically. About 100% white as far as city councils all throughout Temple history. That's a lot of people. Then you look at the department heads, almost all white also as well. Currently, not just in the past, but currently at this very moment as well. So basically what this is saying overall is that actually another way of putting it, and this is something, well, actually, I'm not sure you can still do so. I've documented this. I've taken photographs of this. The library itself is in a way what is called self-censoring. By that I mean, and I've got the documentation for that, this past September, Hispanic Heritage Month was not celebrated. But there was no display as there was the year before. There was a display, and I've got a picture of it. Constitution Week basically is what it had on there. Also last year, not this past September or so this past year, but the year before, there was a display on banned books, and there wasn't this year. There was a small poster, something along the lines of read banned books or so, in the children's section, way to the back of the library. And I've got a photograph of that also as well. So anyway, very briefly, a good number of people often see themselves, whites often see themselves as moderates. Some of you might see yourselves as what are called moderates. Yet Martin Luther King, I'll put it very briefly, Martin Luther King said those white moderates were more of a stumbling block than the Klan in saying to blacks, white moderates, that is to say, saying to blacks that their timing is not convenient. That's what he was told at that time. And that's what a number of people will say today also. So basically, one other quick thing. The council, I think, put out a statement in the paper the other day that you started initiatives in diversity, but that is incorrect because you eliminated the Commission on Diversity. So anyway, to sum up much of this, the ACLU and others are now succeeding in cases where diversity training, for example, and initiatives and so forth and so on and all, or things along those lines, or efforts are made, when the efforts are made to eliminate them, it's backfiring. So kind of keep that in mind. And in fact, they're interested, ACLU, that is saying, in all of this. Thank you very much.
So one thing that we can do during public comments is we can speak to fact. Okay, we can't really have a discussion, but we are able to speak to fact. And the city of Temple, in our November 17th workshop, which is open to the public, discussed our diversity, equity, and inclusion board openly. And also then at our December 15th meeting is when the decision was made to, and again, that was on the consent agenda. It was item number 2022-0409-R. That was on the consent agenda that moved the DEI commission from an advisory commission to the city council to a commission, an advisory commission to the city manager. The main reason why that was done is because of the publicity around the work, the hopeful work of the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Board. With the citizens that were showing up, there was no way that that group of people was going to be able to do their work that we had tasked them with, because they would be called down and basically we had mob rule, and the citizens that attended were so disruptive that they were not able to hold meetings. So we have not forgotten about DEI. We understand what our role is. We understand what our commitment is, and we are carrying through with that in a manner that will allow us us being the city, to work well within the community, so that group of people who have been appointed to that board can do the work without feeling threatened by other citizens.
I mean, just one quick thing. That's correct. Exactly the way you put it, in terms of almost like mob rule type of thing and so forth. And I saw that as well. So you're entirely correct about that. The only thing that I was getting at is that when I was looking at the agendas month after month and so on, all of a sudden, well, I didn't see much about the Commission on DEI. Then all of a sudden, I didn't see it as a commission. So when I was looking at the lists of commissions and boards, then I didn't see it anymore in January.
Because
so I was kind of wondering
that list that you see on the website is the advisory boards to the city council, to this body.
Right.
And our DEI board is no longer an advisory board to this body. It's a working group with the city manager that we are all very aware of and that we participate in.
Well, another quick thing, by the way, if everyone recalls that about that time, there was an objection to the Nova Collective, as it was called, that was supposed to be advising the DEI Commission at one time in about August or July or so. Anyway, to put it simply in a few words, what a lot of the clamor was about that it was about gays and so forth and so on and all. Many of you might recall those types of conversations, if I put it mildly, as far as that is concerned. But basically, and that's what it was. That's what was said. Oh, this is gay, this, that, whatever. But this is the way that many of these type of things begin with a critique. Is maybe not enough of a word, but basically clamoring or whatever about gays this and gays that. In order, here's the main point for one other thing about this. In order to get rid of or eliminate topics having to do with race and ethnicity. So that's where it proceeded. And this is around much of the country also, by the way, not just here. What you saw here basically was much of what was occurring throughout the country. And often a number of people start off with, I don't like gays, I don't like whatever and all this and that or whatever about DEI and so forth. But the point that I'm making, simple point that I'm making is that's just a gateway to get to or to try to eliminate discussions or anything having to do with racial, ethnic, gender, diversity, disabilities, and so forth. So anyway, I don't want to spend more
and that's
time,
exactly why we made the decision that we did.
Yeah, I kind of thought that was the case, but I didn't know until now. So unfortunately.
And two more things, just to a couple of points that you made. This elected body up here, we ran for office. We're white and we were elected. So to make some sort of, it may have been just the way I took it. Maybe you didn't intend it that way, but to make some sort of disparagement against this group that the city council, most city councils are white. I ran for election and I won like everyone else did here. So I can't help that. So please understand that.
Yeah, I know.
And as far as
Anyone can run.
I was just saying there's no diversity. That's all that is, or not much diversity.
Okay.
Not much.
Well, if Anglo runs against Hispanic and the Anglo wins, the Anglo wins. And then lastly, our department heads, we promote here based upon merit, not upon the color of someone's skin.
What quick thing about that? Chief Reynolds emphasized something that's quite significant the other day. He said that, and I may not have it exactly the way he put it, but he says that they'd rather be short-staffed than hire people that are not of good character. So what he was saying is, as far as merit is concerned, merit is not just numbers. It's also character and a number of other things also that cannot be determined quantitatively. So merit is a question, in many ways, is a questionable point. And I could go into a lot of discussion about that as far as that is concerned. But anyway, as far as merit is concerned, it is not exactly what many people think that it is. In terms of, if you go just on numbers, you're going to get a certain result much of the time. That's why we often have had, therefore, whites, or we often have had wealthy individuals, this and that, and so forth and so on. Be it SATs, for example, or many other things. Now, I don't want to.
I might should say this better. Merit is based upon a work history, and that person's been successful. And whether or not that person is black or white makes no difference to the city of Temple. The best person's going to be put in that job based upon the experience that the city has had with them. Okay?
Yep.
All right. Thank you very much. That's it. We don't have anyone else that signed up tonight, and that's the last item on our agenda. So it's currently 6:36,